What's going on, Donut Cake family? It's your boy Juan. Let me start off by saying thank you to everybody that has subscribed to my channel, liked my channel, commented on my channel, just helping me support and build this channel in general. I really do appreciate it. So my topic today that I want to talk about is new school shoes that have came out versus old shoes that have been around early 2000s. It's crazy for me, let me start off by saying it's crazy to me because I'm 35 years old. Not old, not fairly young either, but at the same time, it's crazy to me. I went to a sneaker store yesterday. Took a pair of Gibsons. If you're a sneakerhead, anything in general that knows about shoes, you know what these are. Early 2000s, SB, Nikes, Gibsons. I love these pairs. All the way around, I love these shoes. Obviously, you don't know the box they come in as well, the gold box. So you know what they are. Took these pairs into the sneaker store with me yesterday. I'm not gonna mention what store it was. Just say it's a fairly new store that just came up. The guys over there are super cool, super nice, very well rounded. Walked in, the guys were like, "Oh, what kind of shoes are those?" I was like, "Whoa, yo, a sneaker store, but you don't know what they are." Told them they're a pair of Gibsons, SBs, obviously, for the ones that know what they are. It's like, yeah, a pair of Gibsons, I was trying to trade them out, see what they had in store. Obviously, they said they didn't know what they were, so they had to look it up. Had to go to StockX, had to go to GOAT, last sales. I wasn't looking for nothing too crazy on trade or value on them. The guy in the store called the owner of the store. He showed him the shoe, actually. He's like, "Oh man, what kind of shoes are they?" They had some of their pair of Gibson again, like I said. And they looked it up and like, "Oh, we're gonna have to hold off on them." I was like, "Why?" So, conclusion was they said the shoe was too niche for them. I was like, "Niche? What do you mean niche?" They're like, "We are looking for more modern day shoes." I'm like, okay, I understand that. New generation looking for new hype. New shoes that have been dropped the last week, this week, such and such. Person like me, I love shoes all the way around, sneakers all the way around. It doesn't matter if they're this year's shoes or early 2000s shoes or the 90s. It doesn't matter. As long as they're a pair of shoes that I like, that I'm aware, that I know I'm gonna keep in my collection, I'm all good for it. So my question is to my people, sneaker community, sneakerheads, worldwide. It doesn't matter who's looking at this video or watching the video. Do you prefer a new pair of shoes? For example, 2025, they came out in December, the Gamma 11s, right? Super cool shoe. I love these shoes. I'm a big 11 person regardless. Same thing. Travis Scott had his run. The Canary Yellows. These came out, everybody was like, "Oh man, they gotta have them as well." Then obviously, the Olives came out as well. Love the hot pair. I love all my shoes. I love sneakers. But I also love my nostalgia shoes. For example, early SB pair as well. The Walk the Dogs. This is a fire pair of shoe to me, I think. The texture, everything on this shoe, the material, how it's made. Also, take it back a little bit, the Pink Box XB. I love these Pink Box SBs. The 3D material on the reflection on it. I love these shoes. Also, the same thing from the beginning of the video, like I said, the Gibsons. I think these were a fire shoe. The brown material on it, the pink material inside of it, with the gold swoosh, with the pink stitching on the gold swoosh. I think that's pretty cool. It's just crazy to me how a new generation is just like, "Hey, we can't mess with the old school shoes. I don't think it'll sell. It won't move." And I understand what they're saying. But if you are a person that knows about shoes, talks about shoes, or even have a sneaker store that sells shoes, you like, hey, it doesn't matter if it's from old to new. You know how to sell it and how to advertise it and talk about it. Don't just be stuck in just one era. Say, "Hey, I'm gonna go get a pair of," let me see. Okay. a pair of Great Fives. Cool pair too. Fresh Pants. I was a big Fresh Pants growing up as well. These were a pair for me I always loved as well, right? But at the same time, I don't just want new pair of shoes on my feet. Man, I want to get some old school as well on my feet. The SB Passports, man. I like mixing up my collection. Same thing. I can go from old school back to new school. The Chicago lows that came out in December as well. You know what I'm saying? I can do this all day. It's just crazy to me how the generations are just different, man. If I was a sneaker store owner, I wouldn't just focus on one era. I'm gonna have to focus on everything. I want to go from anything that showed me from the early 80s, early 2000s that still moves and looks great on feet. Same thing with the new school. Anything looks great, anything that sells, I'm all for it as well. But don't just stick on one era where it's like, hey, this shoe is hot or this is a hype shoe. That's not what the sneaker community is about, man. We talk about shoes in general, everything that you see, what you've learned, what you've talked about, what you've touched, what you've put on feet. Man, like I said, back to bringing up, I'm 35 years old. I grew up on the era of Reeboks was hot. Adidas was hot when I was growing up. Man, I had the trainers growing up, the Nike trainers when I was growing up as well. Man, I had all that growing up. My reflection of sneakers when I was growing up, my first pair of sneakers I knew I was going to be a sneakerhead, or the person I loved sneakers was when I got a pair of Air Maxes. I can still remember walking by a Finish Line 2 weeks before Christmas with my mom and my sister. We walking, seen this pair of Air Maxes in the window displayed. Man, I fell in love with them. Did I get them then? No. I told my mom, told my sister I wanted these shoes. You know, 2 weeks later come by, Christmas Day. You know, open all my stuff up. Got one more box to open up. Boom. Pair of Air Maxes. The Air Maxes that I wanted, man. And I think that said it for me. From them pair of Air Maxes, man, it was a long run from there. I remember being at Finish Line, Foot Locker, waiting in line to get a pair of 13s. Flint 13s. I was getting a pair of Fire Red 5s. I was just in general just getting any pair of shoes that was coming out. Then it got even more increasingly with my shoes when I joined the military, when I was able to get more shoes all around. For any duty station I was at, there were shoes left and right. Then I was in Hawaii, same thing. The sneaker culture out there is different as well. There's so many shoes that are sitting out there. My shoe collection just kept on growing and growing. I'd like it. It doesn't matter what shoe it is. If it's hot, if I like it, I'm gonna get it. I'm not gonna stick on one era where, hey, this is the only thing I like. Nah. My point across when my question is on this video is like, where do you reflect yourself? Where do you see your collection at? Do you see yourself more of a person that's more of a hype person, a hype beast that needs to get all the new shoes that are coming out? Or you still rocking with some of the old school shoes that, you know, people still have in their collections? Like, man, I knew what these were growing up. You know, they made their collection for them. At the end of the day, I love shoes. I'm a sneakerhead at head. My passion is sneakers. I do love sneakers. But the thing is, like, don't sleep on some shoes that you know you haven't seen or heard of. That's my conversation I want to have with y'all today. Thank you again to everybody who has watched my channel, subscribe to my channel, like my channel, comment my channel. You know, I said I'm going to try to make these videos get better in time. Trying to still work out the kinks and everything and how my videos are getting through. Thank you again. If you can, please like, subscribe, share the channel. Help me grow this channel a little bit. Thank you. Donut Kips out.